Hi everybody, thank you very much for joining me for this read. Let's go ahead and jump on in, and I'll let you guys know too, this is going to be another general read. So it might resonate with you, but it might not. That's okay too, guys. You'll know if the message is meant for you because it's just going to feel right. So we'll grab a few cards here, and I'll let you know too, we are going to draw a tarot token at the end of this read. This is going to be kind of like our energy card. And also bear with me because I am I'm still recovering from a cold, guys. Let's see, awareness, movement, choices, decisions. I feel like something is going to come into play here. I feel that in this awareness, I feel like something that somebody needs to see, something that gets discovered, that's going to help in making a decision. But I do feel like somebody is going through a rough time emotionally, and it is due to all of this. Some sort of a change. Some sort of a change coming about, whether somebody's worried about making a change or making a decision, or the change has already started. Harmony. Okay, so I'll let you guys know too. So I can already feel this in this read. We are going to be talking about a romantic relationship, and this is where this firm foundations fits in. This is like somebody you wanted to build with, somebody you wanted to start a life with. It's like you wanted to have a future with this person, really set down roots, possibly get married, start a family. I do believe that there is something that comes to light that sort of stops this from happening. I do feel like there was a suspicion to begin with, though. And that's where this awareness comes in. It's sort of like almost like the thing that you needed to be able to make your choice. So I feel like somebody's wondering, and in the meantime, they're feeling a lot of anxiety. I feel like whatever this thing does, it gives somebody the strength to be able to sort of put their foot down, to make a choice. Yeah, because the intuition, see, that makes sense, because I was already feeling that in the rest of the cards, like those spidey senses tingling, like something's not right, something's going on. And maybe this person is getting emotionally withdrawn too, but I feel anxiety. Whoever has the intuition, whoever has the worry, this is where the anxiety lies. It's something about their partner, perhaps what their partner might be doing, or isn't what they say they are. This is where a lot of it stems from. I do feel like they haven't confronted this person, or like really, really called it out for what it is. And I do feel like it's tied to this awareness. So we're waiting for something. We're waiting for some sort of sign, some sort of evidence. I do feel like it does come forward, like somebody finds like I said, the evidence that they need to be able to make their choice, to be able to have that authority card come into play. Because to me, that authority card is all about that empowerment, sort of putting your foot down, right? Being able to take back control. I do feel like there might have even been a third-party situation here, and this might have been what somebody's intuition was telling them. Somebody was stepping outside the relationship. Their partner was stepping outside the relationship. I feel like part of them too was afraid to confront this, and afraid of it really becoming real, because it is a very hurtful thing. But I do feel like whatever this is, this evidence that came to light, it's like it gave this person exactly what they needed to be able to make their choice and move on. Because I do feel a parting of ways in two energies. I feel a parting of ways. Like whatever this evidence was that came to light, that somebody found out, it's like it gave them sort of what they needed to step back from this energy. Like they were afraid to sort of step away from this before in case they were wrong and they were giving up on something they had invested in. But I do feel like their instincts were completely right here. Whatever the evidence was that came to light, I do feel like it led to the discovery of a third-party relationship. And this Prosperity Begins card, what I see most is these hands. I feel like there was a secondary relationship here that didn't belong. I do believe that somebody found it out. It's like their instincts were confirmed, their hunch was confirmed, their intuition was confirmed. And that's what I was feeling too with that Memories of Love. Like there is a parting of ways here. So somebody did have to find out a truth that was definitely unpleasant. I feel like there's more to it than just sort of that, though. I feel like there's something else that sort of lies beneath. So we're going to use the Rider-Waite deck just to sort of clarify more about what's going on. Oh. I feel like there's children involved. I do feel like that was with this lover. I do feel like they had children with them. Now, whether this was an ex who they shared children with and sort of rekindled that relationship without telling their new partner, or whether this is an affair that they had and somebody got pregnant. Because I don't feel like this is like a pregnancy, a present pregnancy. I don't feel like they're real babies. I feel like a bit of a past tense to this card, but it does not tie into the present relationship. This is that relationship from the past. I do feel like it ties to the lover. So I feel like this is probably somebody that they had children with in the past, possibly their ex who they had divorced. You know, it's like there was this separation as like they started a new life. They started rebuilding with somebody, having a nice relationship with somebody. Like, why would they go back? Why would they go back to something that didn't work when they had something that was working? Because I do feel positivity in that relationship, in that fresh relationship, the one that unfortunately had to come to an end because of this infidelity. It was like somebody turned up their nose at it, because I feel like it could have been this abundant harvest. This card would have definitely represented something positive coming of that relationship. They could have had prosperity begins. They could have built together that solid foundation, that firm foundation. But this person chose to go back to something that didn't work. The Fool card, Beth. I think that sums it up quite well, because I don't get the feeling that when that person went back to have an affair, and with that affair, that is something, I don't get the vibe that that's going to have a whole lot of prosperity. I feel like it's going to end the same way it did the last time. So they left something that had a real potential to build and build a life with, to go back to something that's just going to not work again. It's like they couldn't move on. One or both of them just couldn't move on, just couldn't move forward, even though they tried, sort of like kept going back. And I don't know if they felt like they were doing it for the kids, or we should try again for the kids because they had some sort of a legacy. But it's like that partnership dissolved, and it dissolved for a reason that I see very clearly in that Five of Wands. It was like arguing. It was toxic. It was conflict. It was chaos. It was why there was that divorce to begin with. It's why there was that separation to begin with. I don't know why they go back to the drama, why they'd leave something that was that firm foundation to go back to drama. Because I feel like the new person they were with was somebody who could definitely offer balance in their life. Like, it was somebody who was like drama free. It was like drama free, but they kept going back to the crap. Oh. Okay, so this isn't the only relationship with this happened. Their ex was in another relationship too. So whoever was starting this firm foundation, they weren't the only one who got hurt by this. There was another party in here too. And I feel that there's a lot of secrets being kept here. A lot of secrets. Not just from this person with this firm foundation who is trying to build harmony, somebody who would have brought balance, somebody whose intuition is strong. There was somebody on the opposite side of that too. So, or like both of these people were cheating. Oh my goodness. And that King of Pentacles, that is sort of representing this cheating energy. That's what I see in it. It's like, because it's in reverse. Normally when he's upright, he's somebody who's caring. He's somebody who's confident. He's somebody who's successful. He's definitely in reverse. I feel like whatever progress this person made after this separation, after this divorce, moving away from this crazy drama-filled relationship, I feel like it's all gone now. It's all gone. It's like all the hard work that they put in. And I do believe that they had been separated for quite some time. This relationship had ended quite some time ago. It's like it's all fucking gone because now they're right back where they started. And it was like all because of physical passion. It's because they couldn't control their physical passions. They couldn't step back and be like, okay, we might have that physical attraction for each other, but remember how fucking miserable it was to live together. Don't want to do that again, right? And allowing that to sort of bring the balance, like temperance, balance between emotion and logic. This person had no balance. They had no temperance. And it wasn't just them, it was both parties, right? So it's not just this King of Pentacles. It's whoever his ex was. Same thing. Zero fucking self-control because the ex cheated on somebody too. The ex was in a relationship at the same time as well. That's awful. I feel like the King of Cups is speaking to that person too. It's the ex's person who's now deep in their emotions too. So I feel like they tried to build a stable life with the ex. They were sort of finding their footing in a new relationship as well and building. I feel like they're just as hurt. They are just as hurt. I feel like it was the same thing, that emotional withdrawal. Like this King of Pentacles and the ex were both doing that to their partners. So I feel like both partners recognized that there were signs here. The Hermit card. And that's what it represents too, is sort of that introspection, that thought. As like somebody's like, something's not right here. Like my intuition is telling me something's not right. I do feel like the King of Cups was in the same place. He's like, why is this person so withdrawn from me? What is going on here? Something's wrong. Three of Swords. We got Three of Swords all around. Like heartbreak all over the frickin' place. It was both of these new relationships went to shit because these people are cheating, and these people who are cheating with each other, these two that came back together, that's just going to go back to conflict. That's going to go back to conflict. It's going to go back to chaos. It's going to be another heartbreak. This is like heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And like instead of having this Ten of Cups, instead of moving on, healing, and looking to start a new chapter and setting down a foundation for a new happy life, it's like we just keep going back to the same situation. Now we're set right back to the beginning. Because like I said, I feel like they were separated from some time. And I don't know about the ex, but this one for sure was starting to make progress. He was getting his feet under him, maybe even financial wise was starting to find some footing and find sort of a better way. I just feel like everything is like right back at square one. And the heartbreak and the emotional healing, and everybody feels fucking left out in the cold again. It's like, I don't know why they had to bring other people into it if they weren't ready to get into relationships, right? That Moon card. The Moon card is about secrets. And the Magician says manipulation. It's just like both of these parties were manipulating partners, keeping secrets so that they could keep having their affairs. They didn't want to admit to the truth. They didn't want to. And they weren't ready to let the past go and move forward. Like they came back together, right? Because they weren't ready to completely sever those ties and move on. They weren't ready to rebuild. Feel like they couldn't see it for what it was too, like how dysfunctional. Maybe it was because they stepped away for so long that maybe they had sort of forgotten some of the crazy, because I feel like it was crazy when these people were together. Like life was crazy. That was the reason they came apart. That was the reason they parted ways. They both went their separate ways. I do feel like there were children involved too. They had children together. And definitely they had started to try and rebuild, begin separate lives, take on new partners. But it's like throughout all that time, I don't know if they forgot how crazy it was. Because I feel like lying to themselves is what I get in these cards. Like lying to themselves, not recognizing the truth, not recognizing the chaos, not recognizing their personalities were that incompatible that they just couldn't come together and build. Because it's going to be the same thing. I feel like it's going to be absolutely the same thing. It's going to be like a replay of what happened in the past. Except everybody, you know, there's two other parties that had their hearts broken as well. Is that Three of Swords, there's like heartbreak all over the place in this read. This is just, it's like ridiculous. And the Lover's card. So this is definitely speaking to this relationship that they had. And somebody like finally being able to, like I said, there was suspicion there. Somebody's intuition was going off and something came out. They found the evidence they needed. They saw what was going on. They might have even contacted this King of Cups, been in contact with them. They compared notes. It was like finding out that this is going on, everybody's heart got hurt. You know, first these two people, and then when these two eventually go to shit, it's just going to be the same thing again. More heartbreak over and over and over again. The World card is tends to speak to sort of those rewards from the universe for working hard, for putting in the effort. I feel like they were starting to build that. I feel like somebody was starting to get that, and then it just all slipped because they're following their wands. They're just following their wands and just giving in to their passions instead of looking at things objectively. You know, no temperance. No temperance, no control, and no balance. So we're going to grab a tarot token here. And it's the Temperance Token. It is the Temperance Token. Again, these people they had like no balance and no self-control. You know, no setting whatever aside and sort of looking at things logically, remembering how dysfunctional it was from the past, and that if they wanted to have prosperity in the future, it wasn't going to be as a couple together. They could still maybe like find a way to raise their kids together so that there was no conflict, but as a couple, this was like not going to fly, and they should be focusing on nurturing the relationships that they were in instead of cheating. Definitely something that they need to practice there is balance, but I do feel like I said, this is just going to go south. I'll go the same way it did before. I can see it in the cards already. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed that read. If you did enjoy it, if you found value in it, if it resonated, please hit that like, that subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Take care guys.